Hello, this is Aaron Schulman. Welcome to the Market Mastery Method GAPS2 Framework to create clarity, results, and freedom. I'm Aaron Schulman, and over the past 20 years, I've helped countless coaches, consultants, startups, entrepreneurs, and established business owners get 2 to 12 times more revenue in 90 days or less without them having to be an expert in marketing, sales, technology, AI, and all this other technical stuff that's out there. So I'm going to introduce you to the GAPS2 Framework. To show you how simply in 30 minutes or less you can easily overcome any hurdle and achieve desires that have been out of reach, unclear, or obstructed, and help you move towards increased time and financial freedom simply by creating clarity. The GAPS2 framework is to create clarity, and from clarity, without clarity, we can't get results. Without results, we can't get the ultimate freedom that we're going for. So in order to have goals, we need to have a way to achieve those goals, and without clarity, it's hard to have goals that are achievable. So the GAPS2 framework was designed to help people just like you and teams get crystal clear on their real goals in less than 30 minutes, so they can easily overcome any hurdle and achieve the desired result that's been out of their reach, that's been unclear, unobstructed, or obstructed while moving towards increased time and financial freedom. So GAPS2 simply stands for two different kinds of gaps. The first, GAPS, stands for goals, aspirations, pitfalls, and strengths. And so what you need to do is first go through the first half of the framework, which is GAPS number 1. And step 1 is to answer the following questions and the prompts using the GAPS framework number 1. So imagine yourself, what you do is you imagine yourself, not today, but 3 years from now. And it's easy to look back too. They say hindsight's 20/20, right? So it's also easy to look back and think what you would have done differently in order to achieve the goals that you currently wish or desire that you had if you had known differently. Okay, so now project yourself 3 years forward, look back over the ensuing 3 years and write down what needs to happen in order for you to be happy, content, joyful, successful with your life in these 3 areas, both your personal and professional life. And the first area is goals and aspirations. That's the first part of GAPS. What are the goals and aspirations you want to achieve? What are the current possible opportunities that are in front of you that you're either presented with or thinking about going after? Okay, what are those most important ones? Pick your top 3. Secondly, what are the pitfalls or potential pitfalls that you must put an end to, that you must put a moat around? You must do something in order to safeguard yourself against any pitfalls that you foresee happening. What's going on in your business, work life right now that is a potential pitfall? Okay, think insurance. Think what you need to do to protect yourself from pitfalls. These are worries, concerns, fears, dangers, things that are going on right now or could go on that you need to deal with. And thirdly, is the strengths, or what we call in our circles are superpowers. We believe everyone has superpowers that they should really focus on in order to achieve the best. What a lot of people teach that we've grown up with education systems and everything is to become well-rounded, and that's good to a certain extent. But when you're moving into a more focused goal achievement, it's much more important to focus on what you're really good at, the top 2 or 3 things, and then learn how to deal with the things that you need to get done, but other people can do better, faster, cheaper than you. Okay? So it becomes a matter of delegating or finding team members or someone else who can do things as good or better than you in certain areas that you just don't need to be doing anymore because you're focusing on your superpowers or your main 3 strengths. So once again, goals and aspirations that you want to achieve, current possible opportunities you have, any pitfalls that you have to deal with that could, any fears, dangers, worries, and then your strengths and superpowers that you really want to maximize. Okay, once you've done that, okay, go to the second part, GAPS number 2. This is GAPS, that's why it's GAPS2. So it stands for gutter, automation, personnel, and systems. In the context of your business, your work, your life, your operations, go in this order. So the first thing you need to do is, the biggest mistake that a lot of businesses do is they continue to do things that waste resources. There's just certain things that may serve a purpose in the past, but they no longer do. Or once your goals are set and crystallized, then you certainly you more clearly realize what no longer needs to happen, what resources you no longer need to burn or use, and then you move forward from there. So that's why it's important to go through the first steps first. Then, so number one, gutter. That's what it stands for. It stands for gutter. Let's think of the trash can. That's why there's a little trash can icon there. What needs to go in the gutter? What needs to be done away with 100% to free up multiple resources? Because you don't want to go through systematically and automate or empower anything that just should no longer be in existence. Okay. Number two, automation. With what remains, firstly, what should be automated. Okay. So in other words, anything that you're doing manually and wasting time on, let's say your time is worth $50 an hour, your time is worth $1,000 an hour. Depending on what you do, your time is worth more than certain tasks that you continue to do manually that should be automated. It's that simple. And there's probably, just me asking this question, there's probably things that come to mind right now that you're saying, yes, I should have automated this a long time ago. I should have found some kind of software or some kind of system or something that I can put in place that can automate the work I'm doing manually that I don't need to do. Okay, and this is stuff that also doesn't require a repeated human touch. Okay, so no more wasting time on manual tasks that can be managed efficiently with automation. Think software, think AI, think any of that stuff. Okay, then number three, after you've figured out what needs to be automated and what can be automated, then you need to go to personnel. So that's the P and the second GAPS is personnel. What can be delegated to a person or personnel? This is something that cannot be automated because it still needs human input, human touch, but it's time that someone else managed these tasks. In other words, you need to delegate this stuff. Okay, it's no longer, if you don't have someone on your team, then you start figuring out what it is that needs to be done and needs human touch, and then you can more clearly map out what you're looking for in that person that needs to be the person to help that you can delegate these things to. And then finally, system. What systems can be acquired or created to make these outcomes turnkey? And what that means is that anyone with fewer skills can actually achieve the same results or the same outputs simply by creating standard operating procedures that often include number 2 and 3, which is automation and personnel. So you have your automation and your personnel now working together in specific standard operating procedures. So you're systematizing a task to achieve a specific outcome that's still needed, that hasn't gone in the gutter, and you're actually systematizing it so that it's more turnkey. That way, think about handing the keys to someone who is brand new, and they can get in, and in the least amount of time possible, they can come and master that task and have it done at the optimal level at which your business and your life is used to achieving the objective or doing the task at the highest quality standard. So that's the GAPS2 framework. It's a very simple, focused, powerful process that we've used in a verbal or in a visual format like this. Just go through it. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm here to help, and hope this will help you really get clear not only on the goals that you need to achieve over the next 3 years that you want to achieve, but also get crystal clear on how to get there and then what's required to put in place so that they happen.